Hi and welcome back to another video. I'm going to try something a little bit different today. So this is the Tour de Zwift Stage 2, the long route, which goes up the It's a climb. It goes through. Well, it takes in quite a lot of Watopia actually, and ends up, well, goes up the grade towards the end. What I'm trying to do here though is combine a race with an hour of power. Basically, I'm doing a series of FTP tests at the moment, and yeah, this is the hour. So I'm trying to hold circa 350 to 360 watts for the hour. And in doing so, I want to see if I can stay near the pointy end of this race throughout. There's 600 odd people in it, so I think I'd do well to sort of get top 50 given my weight, because it's quite climby. I think there's about 2,000 feet of climbing in all told, and there's a lot of very powerful people lining up on Zwift nowadays, and a lot of very punchy people, a lot of punchy riders. So they they can just make the race explode as soon as the gradient gets over 4 or 5%. In the meantime, excuse me. It's that time of day. Today I've got a Kronenberg Blanc, nice and cold. So as you can see, I'm sort of the race is lined out already, which isn't a surprise. Oh, that's a very badly poured glass of beer. I blame bringing them home in the car. Bit of a bumpy ride. Yeah, that's good though. Very nice. Oh, yeah, if you look now, I'm in first position, which is very nice. So the race obviously calmed down a bit, but I'm not calming down because I'm doing an hour of power. See if I make it over this climb in reasonable shape. Don't lose too many places. A few people using their feathers here. So like I say, the plan is to hold the sort of wattage I am now, so an average at the moment for 360 for the entire race, or sorry, for the hour. And I'll see where I am after the hour's up, and make a judgment as to whether or not I want to carry on, or indeed whether I can carry on. Because this is I'm systematically emptying the tank here. Heart rate at the moment is pretty controlled though, given I've got a max heart rate in the 190s. That's not too bad. I did sort of say to myself, if I don't really want to get it into the 170s in the first 30 minutes, because I think with the hour it's very hard to pace. Actually, I think it's probably the hardest FTP test to pace, and you're more than likely going to underpace it. But I'm sort of using heart rate as a barometer here. I think if I get up into if I'm into the late 160s by 30 minutes, I should be able to empty the tank in the final half an hour. just get to the top of here. I'm not going to replay the whole race. We've just got 25 minutes. I've sort of broken down into the sort of highlights, as it were. Road's pointing up now. I'm sort of managing to stay in. No one's really giving it any beans at the moment. That's good though. Yeah, but so far so good. Feeling pretty, heart rate up to 160 now, but I'm still feeling pretty comfortable. Surprisingly comfortable, actually. I'd had 2 sort of recovery days, I suppose. Right, okay, moved up slightly to 11 minutes in, the first sort of red gradient, and you can see I'm just getting left for dust here. People are sort of, this is where the race is going to start opening up. People are going to start putting down serious power in order to get a good split. Back down, from first place, I'm back into the 60s. I'm not really that bothered. A big mistake I did make was before this race, I wanted to obviously do the hour as quickly as possible. And I know it's quite climby, but the hour is. I wanted to ride as fast as possible in order to try and complete the course within the hour. I didn't want to do an hour as quickly as possible. That wouldn't be physically, scientifically possible. So I chose a TT bike with a disc wheel, heavy, horrible, But my thinking was in the flat, I could just sort of, I'd make up time, and going downhill as well. I'd use the ballast of the bike and my own ballast to, make up some serious speed. But you're not allowed TT bikes, so I don't even know what bike I'm on. Just a really heavy bike with a disc wheel, I believe. Right, here we go. This is where things start falling apart a bit for me. You can see, people are 5-6 watts per kilo, and this is the I think it's called the classic KOM. It's not a favourite of mine at all, this, mainly because of the hairpin bend coming up right now. I can normally hold on, if in a racing situation, I can normally hold on until about a couple of metres up the road. Then as soon as it goes around the bend, I am, that's me. My weight finds me out very, very quickly. And, people that are, I'm sort of 86 kilos. Well, I sort of fluctuate 86, 88. But it's here. This is where 10%. But here, sort of people 70, 75 kilos. They get rid of me they dump me basically. They dump me like a rubbish bag. They dump me in the bin, and I'm left just going so slowly. But I've managed to maintain power, 359, 358 watts average over full. So I'm quarter of the way to the hour. 166 heart rate, so that's still more or less as it should be. Say anything over 170 beats too early. When you're starting to enter you're deep threshold territory, that's when you might not be able to pull yourself back. It might just be a race to zero. Yeah, as it stands, it's really nice. I decided on this course to do the hour of power, actually, because it has got quite a lot of gradient in it, and that it's quite easy to generate power against gradient, against inclines. The flip side of that is you've got to go, what goes up must come down. So in the same token, you've got to wind up serious cadence on some of these sort of 9% declines, and that's doesn't quite feel right. Obviously naturally you get to the top of the hill, you crest a hill and your knee-jerk reaction, your brain tells you, right, now I can sort of rest, but it wasn't the case with this one. But again, I'm not sort of powering over this mountain. I'm just threshold all the way. Yeah, it's become a favourite zone of mine. I don't like any of the sort of VO2 or anaerobic intervals, but I can quite happily just churn out this steady state stuff, or not necessarily steady state, but I can sort of, I don't mind sort of suffering too much. But as you can see, my heart rate's pretty steady at 165. Yeah, right, okay, so I've crested that, the classic KOM. Now entering the jungle. I don't like the jungle. I don't know, it's just too undulating. Don't get me wrong, I like the scenery. I think it's one of the prettier places in Watopia. But yeah, riding it hard is a little bit frustrating. It's hard to sustain power, hard to maintain sort of decent power. But yeah, I think I was given some motivation to keep pedalling down these declines here, because if you can see just ahead of me there's a group which I actually thought, stupidly, naively, yeah, I actually thought it was the leading group. I thought if I caught these guys up, then I'd be in the front group again. Didn't quite transpire that way, but still, it's nice to have someone to chase, and my power isn't ebbing at all, and we're nearly half an hour in. Still 169 beats, so I'm sticking to the plan there, which is good. Yeah, but these guys actually, I'm riding through their dust at the moment. These are great little updates that Zwift have implemented. Yeah, they didn't used to have this amount of dust. I mean, there's sometimes you're going down some of the S's in Watopia, and you can't see anything basically for seconds at a time. Bit like now. Eventually start catching up to them, and there they are. And I sort of thought that I'd sort of infiltrate this bunch and we'd all speed along at a similar power, but I just sort of go straight through and out the other end, and that's the last I see of those guys. Yeah, I was a little bit disappointed at this stage because I thought they were the lead group, but alas, still in 52nd position. But I've still got time to make time, or indeed lose it, with the climbs coming up. The sort of climbiest bits are still to come. and I did make a mistake actually when choosing this route, as I'll show you shortly. But I'd sort of timed the end of it with the top of an ascent, but it didn't quite transpire that way. But yeah, power still nice and high, 358, heart rate decent, 168. Yeah, pretty, and I'm feeling all right at the moment. Okay, moved up to, yeah, things are getting a little bit more juicy now. So yes, this is the issue I had. So what we've done here, I don't know if you've ridden the grade before, but it's one of the newer climbs in Watopia. It's a great little segment on its own, really. You know, it's I guess, I think, you know, the KOM's something like 10 minutes, 9 or 10 minutes, something crazy like that. But you know, if you're a newer rider, you could get up, you know, it might take 20 minutes, 30 minutes even, which is, you know, really, if you're going hard, it's a really good barometer of fitness, because it stays near enough at a similar grade. I think it averages 8%. But it's split into two by a very sort of brief flat section. And it's the flat section that we've entered on in the race, whilst I thought we were going to go from the very bottom. Therefore, I thought, right, it will take me about 15 minutes to get up this climb, and I will complete the hour at the top of the climb, and I can sort of empty myself on the climb, then sort of recover coming downhill, and, you know, maybe even, you know, recover enough to sort of, you know, get a reasonable position. But yeah, as it stands, I'm still going to have quite a lot to do after I've crested the summit. So yeah, that wasn't particularly well thought out. So I'm going to have to, you know, things are starting to hurt now. You know, I'm sort of really wishing that I could stop pedaling. Yeah, so I'm going to have to, keep the momentum going over the top, and just, you know, pedal like mad on the way down. Which isn't a particularly pleasant proposition at the moment. So heart rate at this stage, it's still not awful. I mean, like I say, my heart rate, you know, my maximum heart rate's in the 190s. I mean, I saw 191 2 weeks ago. Yeah, so here we are, cresting the top of the grade now, and yeah, somewhat demoralising not to be able to stop pedaling there. So yeah, just keeping the power high, and yeah, changing gear, and yeah, getting ready to just give it large on the descent. So 43rd at the moment. I was quite surprised to be in this position, but it just sort of goes to show that if you time trial these events, where you might not win, but you know, you can still get up there. You can still sort of contend. I dare say I'm in a better position having time trialled it than I would be if I was racing it as everyone else is racing it, because my high end is just dire. I'm just too heavy to do anything, so I sort of bust a nut going up the climbs, you know, spend too many matches, then just spend, you know, the rest of the time, I'd fall off. You know, I probably would have, blown up already, to be honest with you. But yeah, now we've got 5 minutes left. Heart rate still 173. I'm just leaving a little bit too much in the tank here. Like I say, I wanted between 350 and 360. According to my last 20-minute test, my FTP was 363. And I just wanted to ascertain whether or not that's accurate. So I thought, if I go out 350, 360, that's near as damn it 363. Yeah. But I think I might have underpaced this. I think I should be in the 180s now. So therefore I should have gone out about 5 watts higher. I should have been 360. I should be averaging about 365. So maybe the 20-minute test is absolutely bang on. I mean, yeah, 41st position now. Well, at the end of the hour is nigh. This is, it's, there's no two ways about it. I'm suffering hugely, but there's suffering hugely and there's sort of crying and riding at the same time. And I hadn't started crying yet, which is always a bit of a disappointment. Yeah, when you've emptied the tank, or you are in the process of emptying the tank and are very close. It's sort of got a thimbleful left when each pedal stroke is sort of synchronized with sort of whimpering. And I think I was whimpering to a degree here, but yeah, I did actually record it, the effort, but it didn't come out properly. So yeah, I will next time. Just I'm not sure how to record on the computer and record the Zwift screen at the same time. If anyone knows, let me know. Be really interested to find out. So I have used GoPros in the past, but shifting that amount of data around becomes an extremely slow, painstaking process that I haven't really got the patience for. So yeah, up to 40th position, and yeah, 2 minutes left, and I think now I think I start standing up a bit now on the pedals and really trying to get some big watts out. I think. Yeah, there we are. This guy catches me up. I think he must wonder, what on earth I'm doing. But he's, matching me watt for watt. I mean, for me, I've got 1 minute and 30 seconds of this race left. He's still got, 7k odd. But yeah. But yeah, he's still sticking like glue to my wheel. It won't be for much longer because I'm going to stop pedalling exactly 1 minute. Heart rate 180. Okay, that's better. I definitely would have preferred to see 190 here. Perhaps I wasn't as rested as I thought I was. I did have 2 recovery days going into this. Well, sort of semi-recovery days. I did a 3-mile jog on both days, just light ones with the dogs. I came back. I've got on the watt bike and I felt pretty fresh. So 15 seconds left. Everything 182 beats per minute. giving it everything, I can't get over 460 watts. But I have been cycling for an hour, and there we go. So yeah, that was 358 watts for the hour, and this is right at the end. Still managed to keep going in 44th position. I try for a sprint, but yeah, my quads are telling me that yeah, they're asking me questions. They're saying, what are you doing? So yeah, that's that. A hour of power leads to 45th place out of 600 on the Tour de Zwift. Hope you enjoyed that. Bye.